Hey, what's up? Hey, Frlansky. How's it going? We're on the lo-fi station, which I don't love, but every once in a while, Pretzel updates its radio, and it cuts out like the majority of the music that's on there. Like the station goes from having 40 hours of music to 10 hours, and my favorite station just went from having 11 hours to like 90 minutes. I'm a little upset. Hey, Unlink. How's it going? We've been really productive this week. We achieved a tile map rotation, which is pretty awesome. So if I draw it like a quick shape, let's draw out a room with some doors. Now we can just rotate the whole tile map and keep working on stuff. Pretty wild. We'll never be able to do transitions, but that's okay. It's like the one way in which I feel like this should be a turn-based game is the fact that the rotations are going to happen abruptly. But I think it's fine. We can do a countdown to like a turn or something like that. I'm glad you're going well too. Oh, we have some errors somewhere. Oh, it's this PLM root thing. I was supposed to look this up. What is this? Error spam. And they're saying it's tile map related. Oh no, people are getting this with all sorts of different classes. Oh, it's about modulating a tile map. Okay, it's kind of a mystery. I'm not going to worry about it. It doesn't seem to be causing a crash. Hey, Leandro SQ. Oh, Frlansky, you missed the rotations? Oh, man, yeah, we got it. We're in great shape with that. Right now, we're trying to fix our... We need to fix our saving and loading system so I can just load these, but... What we're trying to do is fix our cutaway system. It lets us see into the ship. Right now it only works up to 0, 0, which is the center. It doesn't work beyond that, so I need to do some things to make that work. Yeah, you even had to dip, no worries. Quad doors, no quad doors venom. I gave you a door remote though. Yeah, putting 4 doors in a row, that's a quad door right there. And door open. There you go. All right, so we need to fix this. So it has to do with this. It has to do with start point and end point. All right, all this stuff checking the boundaries looks good. QQ, our ship's having multiple floor levels. Yeah. I just don't draw them when I'm testing. Yeah, we can do as many as we want. We can start. So this would be like the roof. And then down here we could say, we can make it bigger, add a floor. Let's tighten this up a little. Down here. So this is really stupid, but yeah, we can do up to 6 layers. I just haven't been drawing the ships yet. Technically, we can go up to 5 layers. The bottom layer is just for like undercarriage stuff, like aesthetic stuff you'd put on the bottom. I just need a lot more aesthetic pieces so that we can make these like not look like just cement blocks. You need an elevator emoji then? Looks like a template. Yeah, we need to work on the aesthetics. What I want to do is start drawing a lot of the curved pieces, or at least angled pieces, so that you can have like rounded edges and stuff and actually start to get more of an aesthetic. Now that we're done with the doors, that's probably my next art goal. But from a programming standpoint, we're actually working towards separating the game state from the rendering state. We've already done that. And we're actually going to add C# to this project and start rewriting the game state in C# and have it just hook into Godot at the rendering layer. I was picking the brain of Sorcery Story, who's a really great, kind of the best. That's not her username, is it? Shout out Sorcery Story. I don't know her name. Oh, there it is. That's Sorcery Story. Yeah, they're the best. I haven't used C# for Godot. I used C# for like over a decade in Unity, so I'm pretty comfortable with it. When I picked up Godot, I decided I wanted to learn GDScript, but I'm finding an application that I think C# would be better with. The tooling is weird. Yeah, you got to get an IDE. Like I haven't used it in a year, but I maintain a subscription to JetBrains Writer, so we'll be using that as our IDE for C# because the engine doesn't really have support to edit C# directly. Yeah, for pure scripting performance, it's a lot better. As well as if you're just more comfortable. Venom's got it. Yeah, I think I'm going to continue using GDScript for scripts that just exist in Godot, like UI scripts, rendering scripts, stuff whose primary function is to just interface with the engine. I think I will keep using GDScript. We're just going to introduce C# to manage the gameplay state, which is going to exist completely outside of the engine, pretty much, except for a few exceptions. And it will just, the direction of it'll be driven from UI to gameplay state and then to rendering. So the UI will hook into this C# layer, and then the C# layer will send data back to the rendering layer. And the UI and the rendering will both be done in GDScript. I mean, to say the rendering is done in GDScript is misleading, but it's the part that's like the auto tiler, stuff like that. For best performance GD native, yeah, now called GD extension. For me, the issue is I am not a good C++ programmer. Yes, the resharper days, yeah. Yeah, C# has a lot more boilerplate. That's true for Lansky, but especially if you use it like I like to use it, like I like to do more of an ECS style. I like to do a compositional style with C#. That's what I was doing in Unity at the end. And then Godot is a lot more like inheritance based. All right, so let's figure this out. So this part's fine. This part is also fine. So the problem is obviously down here. So we're passing in a relative coordinate. Okay, all of this is relative because it's the tile map itself. All right, so this is our culprit here, I think. Because this was written based on the assumption that the minimum coordinate would be 0 and the maximum coordinate would be some positive number, whereas now our minimum coordinate is negative. C++ scares you. You barely take your own IRL garbage out. You want you to garbage collect your own code? Yeah, that is scary. Rust feels easy when thinking about it. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I'm too scared to do C++ as well. I'm gonna stick to C# probably. I think this is our problem. This is letting us look ahead of the mouse point. Tile cell. I think it should just be if tile cell is greater than start point.x plus 8. I think that's all we should be checking. You're making a desktop calculator for engine torque stuff? Oh wow, 15 minutes in C#. You got really far. 2 hours in C++, you'd successfully drawn a rectangle. Yeah, it does depend on experience. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't engage with Rust either. Oh yeah, that's another problem in Godot specifically, at least. I mean, you're saying C++ can be fun, but it takes a while to get used to the errors. Yeah, the error reporting in GD extension is apparently very poor. Like you really need to know what you're doing. All right, let's draw this big room. Now let's see. Okay, now we're not doing anything. Okay, now we're not doing any cutaway stuff. Okay, that's not what I want. Tile cell and get used cells. Tile cell to X. Oh, -8, -8, not +8, -8. Okay, it's a little too much right now. All right. We're gonna dial it in. Let's just start with this. Okay, yeah, this stops at 0. That I don't understand. How's everyone doing? C++ is probably the only language you care to learn. After that, you're happy with the small selection you have under your belt and you'll stick with that. Yeah, you only need so much, depending on your use case. I think if you do web dev, that number like increases significantly. But if you're just doing game dev, you can get away with that. Oh, why is this always passing? Oh, I see what's happening here. We're not passing the negative numbers. Okay, I see what's happening. There's a holdover here. Look, it's deck coords. Oh, that's just a new coordinate, right? Okay, this is giving me the correct numbers. So why is it being constrained like this? So why don't I get the right numbers here? Oh, if deckbound has point, that else deckbound is dot end. We don't want end, we want start. No, we do want end. It's our rect to I. We're having problems with this. We're leaning towards Zig, but learning Zig is its tooling is still not that good. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to fight with iOS. All right, so this, I thought this was good, but this boundary system we have, I think, operates on the presumption that it goes from 0 to some positive number still. So you pick the smallest of these. Let's look at our children and see how they're doing this. Layer bounds is just get used rect. Okay, that should be fine. And then the deck bounds. Oh, no, this is wrong. This is very wrong. Why did I do it that way? Okay, let's just cut this part out. It's gonna work incorrectly, but Let me know if the music's too loud. You'll know the pain. You're going to demand a mobile port on day one. Music feels loud to me. But that could be my monitor. Let me check my monitor. Turn down a little. All right, this is gonna behave weirdly. It should at least work. Yeah, okay, here we go. All right, so cutaway working again pretty trivially. The outlining is a little funky, but that shouldn't be a problem. What is going to behave weirdly is this. Watch if I try to draw it from this direction. Yeah, that's not right. I need to disable it sometime. Or I need to have it be off by 1. I like what it's doing, the way it's retaining the hull types, so we can see when we're cutting away a wall, because it's that dark gray. Oh, okay, so that... What happened there? Okay, so switching this can be kind of weird. I think we need to trigger a rebuild. Oh, it doesn't seem to be working all the time. Or it doesn't seem to be behaving weirdly all the time. Oh, I know what's happening. We're not updating the cutaway list. If we just rotate away, but don't change the cursor, I don't think it updates this list. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Yeah, it is trying to cut away plus drawing, while drawing. OS X has less gamers than Linux on Steam. Yeah, especially if you count Steam Deck. Is it trying? Yeah, it's cutting. If there's controller support, then it's fine. We definitely will have controller support. I haven't decided how that's going to look. I'm curious about this LM root thing. Just spams the console. But that's fine. We'll figure that out. It's not causing a bug at the moment. It's just silently causing massive numbers of errors. All right, so let's go here. So if it's greater than, that should be what we need, right? Why is that behaving a little weirdly then? Okay, it's not trying to erase exact. Sometimes it does though. Like if we jump. Okay. Maybe we should do it every frame. Yeah, if we jump across, it behaves a little weirdly. And if we try to draw up, it definitely behaves weirdly. I think I want to disable it while we're drawing. That's probably what I want to do. Not quite sure how I'd achieve that though. That won't work. Okay, yeah, it's behaving weirdly because it's only updating sometimes, so we should stop that. We should have it update every frame for now until we can fix it. You like OS X, but for game dev is a pain. I know some people who manage, but yeah, I'm sure it's tough. They're also very talented, the people that I know that develop in Godot, or develop in OS X. You tried to set up Godot for XR, but there is no runtime for Mac. Oh. I think their runtimes are very new for XR support in general, but for Lansky, isn't this still just a dev tool though? Yeah, you're right. For a dev tool, it's probably fine. I'm just looking at architectural aspects of it that may become a problem later and trying to adjust those now. Okay, so rotating should no longer be a problem. Yeah, it's not. Okay. Okay, so rotating doesn't cause weird issues anymore. Okay, jumping to an upper layer does though, so we need that. Okay, so this needs to be more, this system needs to be more aware of mouse movement or of input. Because yeah, if we jump up a layer, we want this to reset itself. It used to do that, I feel. I used to have it do that. All right, so this should be running if is highest visible deck set is valuable visible equals greater than deck number for layer and ship layers. Ship layers. Layers dot append. If child is hull layer. Let me see. I want to see if we're actually adding to these. Remote, Stardock, Starship, hull stack, deck 0, layer count, ship layers, array size 7. Okay, so we are adding these, so that's good. Deck bounds goes from 0 to 7. Okay, yeah, that's wrong. That's very wrong. We don't need to do it like this. I guess this is intended to save us some time but not in build mode, outside of build mode. But in build mode, it's causing some problems. Is there anywhere we even use this boundary layer thing? No, didn't think so. Restore tiles for tile cell and cutaway tiles. If cutaway tiles cell, tile cell is false, else cutaway tiles dot erase. So why isn't this running when we change layer? It should be based on what I'm reading here. I want to get rid of this. I don't like this artifact where it switches. If I can get rid of that and I can figure out why this is happening, why we're not restoring the cutaway when we jump to the next layer. Oh, we did there. So why do we only do it sometimes? Huh. Look at that, we're doing it sometimes. I don't love that. Why is that? How's everyone else's projects going? So for tile cells and cutaway tiles, if cutaway tiles, tile cells. So if this is true, we set it to be false. Otherwise, we get rid of it. That should be doing it for us. If we go here, we modulate to 0 if the cutaway tiles lists it as true. Otherwise, we set it to be 1. I'm not doing anything crazy like pausing this stuff. For Lansky, app is literally days away from MVP. Hell yeah. Then the sales guy can go flaunt it while you fixed the caping security concern. Yeah, no one's gonna see that. Yeah, very bad. I am so bad at pixel art. You're doing skeletal animations for them, frame by frame. That's how you do pixel art. Yeah, you don't know that he's using layers. Nobody uses layers. They're an urban myth. All right, let's go back up. Let's go back up a level. Let's try to find this problem. So if we're the highest visible deck, this layer restore tiles thing should help us. 7 layers is the right layer. We're not missing any of these. You're moving to vector art software? Yeah. Aramis was doing that. Aramis went from like a more pixelated art style to like a vector star style. That seems cool. It's not for me, but it seems very cool. I forgot to cap my coffee lid. My coffee, the heat is gone. Yeah. Yeah, you never see the real painters paint in layers. They do that all on one layer. The true masters all paint on a single layer. You told them about Affinity Designer, and you're doing pixel art in Affinity Designer? Wow. That's true. True masters do use Excel for pixel art. True masters do all their game development in Excel. All right, I'm a little stumped by this. This appears like it should be running all the time. Let's go up one more layer. Let's go to the hull stack. Real ones use MS Paint. I've seen some stuff in MS Paint. No, like it's crazy easy to make shapes and stuff and modify them faster in Affinity Design. Visual Basic IDE behind Excel was how they taught coding in high school. That's cool. I've never taken a coding class, and it shows. All right, I guess I shouldn't get that preoccupied with all of this stuff because this is going to look very different when we've split off the gameplay stuff. I should really just concern myself with the rendering, which is what I'm trying to do now. So if we pan, we do all of this stuff. Looks good. So why is the mouse... Maybe it's a matter of timing. Maybe some things are executing fast before others in an order that I don't like, but I'm only noticing it here. I just need to reorder some stuff. Yeah, like when I jump like this, it's probably because I'm updating the tile blocks after I'm doing this part. Oh well. Forlansky's right, that doesn't really matter. It's good enough for a dev tool right now. That's something we can fix later. This is more annoying to me though. This I want to fix. This, like, not updating the layers. And then kind of doing it more and more over time, it seems. Yeah, the inconsistency of this is really frustrating. But again, for a dev tool, it doesn't really matter, does it? So I think we maybe just say this is okay for now and then fix it once we've cleaned up the code base a bit. This achieves the goal, which is me being able to see into the ship design if I just keep adding complexity. Once I've got enough of these walls and stuff. This exact kind of functionality is what I set out to build a long time ago here. It feels like a long time ago now. This combination of auto tiling and cutaway so that I get these nice interior wall cutouts that you can see in the dark gray. I'm just kind of basking in it for a second because I feel like it was months ago that I set out to do something like this. All right, enough basking. UK computer science was an optional GCSE. You had to pass a test to take it as an option, and it was half software dev, half hardware stuff, like networking, CPU. Oh, that's cool. IT was a different qualification again. You took both IT and was more like using stuff like Dreamweaver and learning how like things like GPS worked. That's rad. Yeah, I didn't take any kind of class for any of this stuff. I also didn't really like school, so it's not surprising for me. All right. So let's fix this bounds thing. Actually, what I should really fix is the saving and loading system, even though we're probably going to change it. I probably want it to be working. Yeah, let's fix this boundary thing first, because there's a use case for it that I do have. So instead of calculating the boundary layer, the layer boundaries, I'm just going to use the static number. You have to install OBS. Yeah, no worries, Venom Weed. Feel like you can drop a GIF or a VOD in the chat or in the Discord or something. That'd be cool. Where's the Starship script? I don't even know. Oh, it's just the whole... Okay, the Starship itself doesn't have a script yet. That's probably an oversight. Call this variable ship vol max. It's a vector 3i. Ship volume minimum. Control Shift S records now. Oh yeah, you can use the Windows screenshotting system, yeah. Wish you could toggle visibility on Godot panels. The UI is so polluted with stuff, it takes too much space. Yeah, it is pretty busy. I'll probably change the way I have this laid out once I start using my external IDE more. Yeah, you can hide tabs, that's true, for landscape. I've done that before, like hiding 3D or hiding like asset library or something. I'm okay with this layout though. You can hide some of this stuff too, but I find most of it useful. What tricks me up is when I get one of these lower bars things open and it's just open by default all the time. All right, so we're passing down the ship volume. We're gonna use that as our boundaries instead. I'm gonna say deck dot layer. Hold on. Deck bounds, I see. I'm just gonna not use this anymore. Like 30K warnings, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's something to do with, I think it's something to do with toggling the modulation on the tile cells, which is how we're achieving the cutaway effect. Yeah, it's some kind of error, but it seems to be some deep engine error, and it seems to be more of a warning than, than an error. Yeah, we don't use layer bounds anywhere, so I'm going to ignore this for now. But for deck bounds, we're going to say up here, we're going to say deck bounds is a new rect2i. It's going to be ship vol min.x ship vol min.y. So those are the minimum components, and then the maximum position is yeah, no worries. Sprint retro, yeah. Good luck, Leandro. See you later. All right, so I have it defined like this. How am I going to turn this into a rect2i? Get its size. I guess I just take the absolute of the start and the end. Here we go. So it can be ABS, strip vol. You do this as 2 vector 2s. Why is this yelling at me about an expression? Oh, we got ads in a minute. Take a few minute break. Oh, it's a 3i. Oh, that won't work. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we don't do the new. That's why. That should give us a rect2i of the ship volume. So down here, you should be able to add back this deck bound stuff. All right, ads have started. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. All right, we're back. All right, let's see if this works now. Crash. Oh, we need to add the ship layers. Oh. Oh. It's the wrong scene. All right, so now, oh, that's weird. All right, let's see. Let's look at some stuff in the remote. Deck bounds 0 0 0 0 0 0. Hull stack. Ship volume. Hey, tuner nerds. How's it going? How's the push? The next fest push? All right, so why isn't this number getting down here? Has something to do with me not understanding Rec2i. Probably has something to do with me hating Rec2i, actually. Getting through the achievement list. Yeah, I saw your list. That's a lot of achievements. All right, so here, this assignment is not going correctly. So ship volume min.x, that should be fine. So it's -8, -8. And then this should be the absolute value of ship volume min, so it should be 8 plus ship volume max.x 8. So I don't see why this doesn't give us anything. Hit this with a prince. Yeah, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's some bullshit. Let's print the number that I'm plugging in. In which case it's just me not understanding rects. Oh no, I'm plugging in zeros. Oh, we're doing this on ready. We're doing this too soon. Doing this too soon, Executus. That's easy. All right, so we need to do this somewhere else. Or we need to make this information available. All right, let's do this higher up. The only higher up place we could do it is... Actually, this is the highest place we can do it, huh? Okay. So we will do it here, but we need to just make this information available. Let's call this an onReady variable. Just get parent. try that. Crash. Okay, so yeah, we can't get this information. I should probably put this in a global. For now, that's okay. In the long run, that's questionable. Just put in the utility file for now. I'm gonna rearrange a lot of this soon, so I'm not terribly concerned. Just need to make this information available. Basically trying to get an old system we have, which is our cutaway system, working with the new way we have our tile set up. Okay, this works now. This is what I wanted to achieve. So this cutaway system works, but if we exit the build area, it stops. So that's obvious if we're out here, and if we're in the foreground, it doesn't matter. But if we enter the background, like if we're interacting with the UI or clicking on another ship or something, I want the cutaway to go away. And this achieves that. No, that won't work because we don't have a roof. Yeah, the cutaway system doesn't update all the time, and it gives me some weird artifacts. That we do need to fix, because that's not a quirk of the editing system, I think. I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, this is a problem. So if I move my mouse, it figures it out, but it's not updating all the time is the problem. I know how to fix that. That was something we did fix, and then we unfixed it. That's here. That's this line of code. All right, yeah, that's working now. We're no longer having it remember incorrectly where the cutaway is. Steve Leader Ferlansky. You like the term unfixing. Yeah. Well, I knew that line did something important, and I decided I was going to add it back in anyway. Even though I knew it caused a problem. I just forgot in the moment what problem it caused. Okay, so that works great. Our real only outstanding problem is that now when we do a cutaway and we move up a layer, it remembers the cutaway. Oh, that's so weird. We need to fix this somehow. All right, so the problem with that is that we aren't running these layers. We aren't running these layers. We also have this mysterious, you ever run into this issue, Two Nerdy Nerds? This is some error that seems to come up all the time once we've started modulating the tile cells again. And I looked this up. It's in the C++.core templates self list. And people get this error all the time for all sorts of reasons. They get it for tile maps. They get it for character controllers, character body 2Ds. They get it for all sorts of stuff. I don't know what's causing it. It doesn't seem to be actually causing an error. But it's spamming the console pretty hard. Yeah. Oh well. For now, I'm just treating it as an especially angry kind of warning. A red alert, if you will. All right, what are we doing? Oh, we're gonna, so the simple way to fix this error in my mind is, so this is restore tiles. It's running here once. What if I just did this? How about we say elif? No, let's just say else. Let's just say else. Or layer in ship layers. This might just fix the issue. It will do it expensively, but layer dot restore tiles. Hey, Symbol. What up? How's it going? How was LD? I see you've been playing the LD games. Tuning Nerds used to have a bunch of red messages of doom on 4.2, but after upgrading to 4.3, there are now yellow warnings. Oh, nice. Easy. Yeah. All right, let's see this this malicious link that Venom sent me. All right, this is you doing pixel art on Affinity Design, right? Oh, that's cool. You're drawing between like... Okay, you recorded my audio while filming this. Oh, this is kind of cool. I like this. Oh, was that not you, Symbol? You didn't do LD? Maybe that was Jerem Watts. For some reason, I when I'm looking at all of my Twitch streamer follows, I mix them up sometimes. All the people on my follow list. Oh, this is cool. These are all in different layers, are they? What have you been up to then, Symbol? This is cool. I like treating these as objects. This would be cool for if I was designing tile maps by hand, I think this would be a very cool way of doing it. Instead, we spent months making an auto tiler. That's rad. That seems like a decent tool. You're working on your card game. You made a big refactor. You moved all the game logic into one script. Ooh, interesting choice. I was just asking Sorcery Story about how I would handle splitting the game state of my game out into .NET land without touching Godot. And that was the solution, to just have a game manager at the top level. That's the one script, the one gameplay script that's hooked into the Godot loops, the built-in loops, like process and stuff. And then you just have that manager talk to all of the other managers that do the gameplay stuff. And just have a nice clean break between Godot and the gameplay state. Sometimes it bugs out when rendering. All right, what did I do? Did I do something that might cause a crash? Probably. This is what we've been working on, Symbol. So we can draw out our tile map. Put some doors. And then we can just rotate. We can rotate the whole tile map. All right, moment of truth here. So here's our cutaway, and we go up a layer, and it's gone. Perfect, beautiful. So we're spending a lot of resources trying to restore tiles, so I just need to add an early out. Okay, that was the last big bug with this that I wanted to get away from. Yeah, and we also fixed our cutaway system, so the cutaway system works now. I need a toggle that makes room creation destructive or not, because right now it's completely destructive. Like if I draw a room out, it destroys everything that it passes through. I should make a non-destructive version of it. It tries to make the room, but it doesn't destroy anything it passes through. Yeah, I'm happy we got the cutaway system working again so that we can peer into these ships. Cutaway system, it behaves a little weirdly when we've got when we're peering through a multi-layer wall like this, but I think it actually works okay. We make like a stupidly thick wall. You get kind of lost as far as how far into the wall you are, but I don't think that matters so much. Because that's part of the point of having this outline system, not do outlines between contiguous hulls. So the dark middle area is just interior hull and it doesn't really matter. Sweet. All right. How many small bugs are there now? There's just, from my standpoint, there's this one where if I drag the mouse forward, it triggers the cutaway thing. Like I think we're doing the cutaway before we're doing the before removing the preview tile block. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. This is the last thing, and this is really not important because if I go slowly or if I go back to front, but you leave the lurk. No worries. Thanks, Symbol. Two nerdy nerds. How do you hide the tiles with the cutaway? Do you basically set it to not have a texture? No, it's way simpler than that. We can't trigger the auto tiler because the whole thing about the auto tiler using the hull shapes is that, or the hull types, is that like it's giving us the correct hull color. So if we ran the auto tiler again, it would recolor these solid walls. It would recolor them like dark gray, and it would break the compartmentalization we have here. So all we're really doing instead, where are we actually doing this? We're just going over each cell and we're just modulating it. in the tile data runtime update. So if a cell should be cut away, like if it's within the region that we should cut away, all we do is modulate the alpha away. Which is super easy and super great, except that I'm pretty sure it's what's causing this insane spam of the console. So there's something not good here, but I don't know what it is. I'll have to run it with the profiler to see if it's actually causing any real problems. The door is to 0.5, so this is for the door layer. The other thing we're cutting away is the walls, so the walls are being cut away to 0.0. So that's like an inheritance thing. So they're all hull layers, but each hull layer has different behavior. Like the wall layer gets cut away to 0. The door layer gets cut away to 0.5, so you can still kind of see the door. I want to do something else with this. And then the floor layer doesn't get cut away at all. It doesn't even implement that function. So we can have different behavior for different types of hull or different types of blocks, depending on how you want to think about it. You wonder how it would look if the walls were 0 alpha around the mouse, but a little visible the further away from the mouse. That's an interesting idea, is to have it be distance-based. I tried that with the walls earlier on, and I didn't like it. But that's something worth exploring again. Like, I thought it was just cleaner to break it away. The other option that I'm thinking of with the doors is to do something like... let me grab it. Have like an outline. Have just an outline. I have a white version of this outline. Let me see if I don't have the black version. So like something like this up here, up above my head. So this is just the black outline of the doors turned white. So it's like a mask. So I can use this mask to basically say only draw this part. I can use this with a shader, with a line shader, to say only draw this part of it. I'll have to update this a little bit, but I'm thinking about doing something like that so that it triggers this shader instead, and so you can see through the door, but you can also see the state of the door using the outlines. I don't know. Tempted. We need to get people running around and get clicking on doors and stuff, so I can test some of that stuff. Because the core tool is pretty much done now. I just need to make some content. Like, I need to make some additional hull types, and I need to make like an editor interface where I have like a palette somewhere that I can pick some from. Because right now it's just keys. It's just a few keys between the types. And it could remain that way. It could be like key and then scroll wheel. Because I need to basically have different hull types. Like, it can't just all be this block. I need like corner pieces. I need curved pieces so that I can actually start designing a ship. It also might make sense to just not modulate the doors. I'm not sure. Because I don't think any other node is going to get modulated. Like, I don't think crew members are going to get modulated, but maybe machines and stuff will. I don't know. Like door consoles and stuff. I have some decisions I need to make for that. Oh, cool. We can modulate half the door. I kind of like that. Just modulate half of the double door because they're separate tiles. It's kind of cool. I might also add cutaway modes like you have in The Sims, where you can decide what you like as your default value. whether you like to have it just be default like this, or if you actually want the mouse cutaway. Door auto places floor under it if it's missing. Yeah, so does the wall. So if you look up here, like if I switch to wall, this is how tall the wall is, but if I go out to the ledge here, it adds a floor. So yeah, the wall and the floor, or the wall and the door auto place floors. I'll change that eventually, because eventually you won't want a wall to auto place a floor necessarily. Like if you pick a bottom piece, like a piece that's supposed to be on the edge down here, you wouldn't want to auto place a floor necessarily. So I might have it depend on what kind of wall piece you are replacing, because there aren't wall pieces. I technically call them bulks, and the bulk is just the upper part, and the deck is the lower part. So here's the deck piece and the bulk piece, and so a bulk piece right now auto places a deck piece, but I'm not super consistent with my nomenclature yet. Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. A little concerned about this mysterious bug. Because, like, watch, if I get rid of this, if I get rid of this here, if I get rid of this, the bug should go away, or the error message should go away. Yeah, it does completely. I really want to make I really need to get a undo redo working again. Yeah, no errors anymore now that we're not modulating. So it's something to do with the modulation. All right, I got another like 15-20 minutes here. What am I gonna do? I guess we could make a feeble attempt at fixing the saving and loading system. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna take much to fix. So the hooks into it are down here. Save ship, load ship, undo action, redo action. So let's look here and see if any of this doesn't work anymore. File access, open. So this string is not right. So this is going to actually be held. This is going to be held in res. It's not data ship starship.dat. It's res object my ship is an environment though. Maybe it's gonna be res environment starship. Let's make it that. Not script. Let's make a folder. Environment starship. We'll call this folder save data. So that's where it'll live. It'll be res env starship. Oh, starship.date.dat starship slash save data. Oh, env, not even env Do you have a task list of things you still want to do with auto tiler? I don't have a task list per se. I'm really not a list person. I kind of just I have an idea of what would be involved in changing different features, and I have to just balance what I want to do with what would be a ton of work. So I think I can fix the snapshot system here without doing much. So we're doing that now. The next big project I have, which I need to do in a way that doesn't break everything, is we're going to introduce C# to the project, and we're going to put all of the game state in C# land and like just kind of outside the engine pretty much. And so we're gonna only keep UI stuff and rendering stuff in Godot really. And the UI stuff will drive the game state stuff, and the game state stuff will drive the rendering stuff. So the whole middle chunk of the game is going to kind of be this other state. And I've been talking to Sorcery Story about how to do that, and I have a pretty good idea now. So that's the next big thing I want to implement. So I'm really just working on rendering and UI stuff right now because I don't want to mess with the game state stuff until I implement that. Yeah, it should give me, because the game state stuff is separate from the rendering stuff already, like our tile block, our list of tile blocks are different than what we decide to render, right? That's how the auto tiler works. Because like there's a canonical representation of what this tile information is, but it doesn't have an opinion about how it's drawn, right? It's just, there's a door here, there's a door here. There's a door here, there's a wall here, there's a floor here, and then the auto tiler interprets that, which is how we're able to rotate. So the game state really doesn't need to be in Godot. It's just interpreted by, certainly doesn't need to be GD script nodes and stuff, right? Like things that are just pure game state that we're not rendering does not need to be hooked into here into nodes and stuff. So we're trying to make that separation for performance reasons mainly, but also /prefer. I'm comfortable with C#. What I'm missing, honestly, is I am missing structs. I'm missing doing things with structs. I don't love that every single thing in Godot is a class, or in GD script at least. I don't love that a vector2 is a class. That drives me insane. And I miss compositional stuff. Like I miss doing a more ECS style. And doing the game state for this game, it would be a lot easier if I was doing a more compositional struct-based thing where I have like, you know, structures of arrays or arrays of structures. Probably arrays of structures would be good too. So stuff like that where I'm just operating over only the components that I want in pure script. Don't have to like hook, not everything needs to be backed by a node, stuff like that, or an object or a ref counted or whatever. Like, I want to go back to that. And I think this game will benefit from it because, like, let's say there's 5 ships that I'm simulating. Only one of them is fully rendered, this ship that's in the center of the screen here, right? This is like the player ship, or if you're, you know, doing a boarding action, it would be an enemy ship. But like, there's only so many ships on screen. Most of them are not being fully rendered. So it would make sense to offload like the ship up here and the ship over here and the ship down here. Those things can be simulated without having anything to do with Godot largely. You would just have a miniaturized sprite that you'd render. And then whatever ship is the focus, you move into the rendering world and you run the auto tiler over all the game data and stuff like that. So I think this game is pretty good for that, because you don't want to have to run, like if you're running crew simulations on all 5 of these ships at once, that's crazy. But if they're in pure code, if they aren't nodes, if you aren't actually having to draw and animate and all that stuff, you're just keeping track of the game state separately in a much faster, since C# is about 4x faster than GD script, I can basically simulate the other 4 ships for the same cost that I'm simulating the one main ship on main screen. So I think for me, for this game specifically, there's a lot I could get that I would probably have a hard time affording performance-wise otherwise. That's the idea. We'll see. What am I doing? Save and loading system. Okay, so I fixed this. What else is new? So tilemap snapshot is the only real thing that we need to refactor for this. It handles every aspect of the save, load, undo, redo. Undo, redo is maybe a little more complicated because it has this hidden blocks and also the history and a history index. I think it is all locked behind tilemap snapshot. So if we can fix tilemap snapshot, I think we just get saving and loading back for free. And I don't think tilemap snapshot needs to structurally fundamentally change. It just needs to handle a different layout. Since tilemap snapshot expects one layer per block type, it just needs to deal with additional layers. Yeah, I think this is easy, honestly. Oh, here's the problem. It's recording information. This is why tilemap snapshot doesn't work, actually. No, this isn't straightforward. Because we're saving and loading directly from tile data, because that's how we did everything. We did everything directly in tile data. But now we have an abstract intermediary, which is the tile block dictionary, which is like the canonical list of the tile blocks. Okay, so this actually isn't what we want. This is a good way to save what a ship looks like at a given moment. Okay, so I need to do this differently. Okay, maybe we aren't going to redo the save and load system, because if it's this fundamentally different, I think I'd rather just do this once in C# land than have to do it over here. Because yeah, this is trying to save and load raw tilemap data as packed byte arrays, and that is not how we're storing this information anymore. Okay, so yeah, let's not do that right now. What else can we do? I don't know. We could start drawing some stuff. So a tile block is 48 by... What is a tile? What size is a tile block? I think it's 48 by 32. Maybe 34. Let's try 34. Oh, no, that's not right. Maybe it's 64. Load our palette. I want to make some more hull types. Or bulk patterns. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't use consistent language when I'm talking about any of this stuff, and it's causing problems. Let's open one of the hull tile sets. Open this. Just grab. Let's just build a. Let's go for the light so I can actually see what I'm doing. So we'll just build a block and we'll see what the size of the block is. Because it's kind of embarrassing that I don't know, but I don't. Excuse me. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Oh, this is too big. This is way too big. What I did here. Okay, let's do that again and flip it. And then let's grab a roof here. All right, so this is an object. What size is this? What size is the default tile block? 48. Oh, it's 32 by 32 exactly? Oh, of course it is. I'm insane. All right. Well, that makes it easy. course it's 32 by 32. Okay, so this is a standard block. So let's actually make this bigger. So what if I wanted like an angled thing? Like what if I wanted to cut, what if I wanted like a rounded surface like this? Like I could grab this, grab this thing. So we're gonna make a piece like this that's cut diagonally in half. So that would be like this. This is what I need. I need a huge variety of like construction pieces. So we start with this because this is the side that exists, and then we paint over it. Let's get the line tool out here. Grab our dark outline here. And we just go down. Go down to here. So what is that? Is that a 2 1 2 1 2 1? Sort of, not exactly. All right, we need to figure out this line here. Let's do it on the outside first. Oh, this is interesting. So it wants to do 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 1. That's what it wants to do by just dragging the line out. Is that fine? Am I okay with that? That seems good. Let's finish painting this in here. So we'd end up with something like this. See, that's kind of what we want. I think that's okay for like a side piece that's ramped up. It looks a little weird, but mostly looks okay. That's half a one. Okay, so we'd have this and we'd have this like 4 different ways, right? We'd have it like sliced like that. We'd have the mirror of it, and then we would need like a back version of it. So let's get rid of this. Actually, let's keep that and let's just keep making this canvas bigger. This is kind of our playground here. So that's one version of it, and then we'd have like the opposite version of it. We'd need 2 back versions of it. Okay, so this would now need to be redrawn again. So this would have a flat wall here facing us. So we're basically doing the 490-degree clockwise rotations of this shape. So this is the one with the flat wall facing us. This would end up being, actually, I want to do it this way. I want to put the base first. Place the base, drop that base right there, and we'll place this part over it again. We do this same line drawing thing that we tried to do here. So we say from here to here. What shape do we get? Oh, magical line tool. What do you want to give us? So you want to give us this. You want to give us 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1. Maybe that's okay. Oops. This wouldn't be here. So it would be this. Is that all right? Mike, what I've discovered so far is that usually these shapes look better one way than the other. Like, usually one of these is inevitably better looking than the other one. Like, that's kind of the case with the doors, right? Like, you grab a door here. Grab this double door. Here's the regular arrangement of the double door. And then here's like the flipped version of the double door. And like the regular door is just cleaner, right? Oh, this isn't the right. Fixed outline, flipped outer. Oh, we don't do fixed outline. Loose outline, flipped outer door. So yeah, one of these is just better than the other one in my mind. And it's kind of inevitable. And I don't think there's anything I can do about it. They end up looking okay, though. Oh god, that's the double door. I kind of like that. I kind of like stacking these two doors on top of each other, because it gives it that like interlocking double door look. It's kind of sick. I might use that. I might use something like that, a variation of that at some point. For a double thick door. We could have those double strength doors. Have them open even slower. Have like the first one open and then the second one open. That would be sick. Just place two double doors, one behind each other, and just have the first one open, then the second one. Have that be like the double strength option. It takes like twice as long to open, but it's much harder. It'd be as hard to destroy as a wall. Because the doors are only half as thick as the walls, but we could totally have a door that's as thick as a wall. Is it because the light direction changes that it looks off? Maybe. I mean, this isn't meant to look like this. What I'm saying is, because of our isometric perspective, the difference between this one and this one is just that we're rotating around. So if you take this scene and you rotate your camera around to the other side, if you rotate it 90 degrees, what you get is this view, right? Hey, it's just a quirk of our dimetric perspective. If we were in isometric, I'm pretty sure the lines would look exactly the same regardless of your rotation. But because we're in this 4x1 dimetric perspective, stuff doesn't look identical when you rotate around at 90 degrees. It looks different. I don't know how to explain that. I'm not an artist, but but it seems like the way this works. Like, this is a good example. You're not even sure, your small brain understands. I mean, it's like this. It's like these objects. So this is a 3D object, right? And we're rotating around it in space. This is one object. So we look at it from this angle, then we rotate 90 degrees and look at it from this angle. And we rotate 90 degrees again and look at it from this angle and this angle. These are different. I think, let's test this theory. This is like kind of a waste of time, but oh, I'm actually out of time. I got to go to a meeting. We can pick this up later. Yeah, I have a meeting in 1 minute. Oops. Let me open my laptop and wrap this stream up. Thanks everyone for hanging out today. Go, 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 go. It's Thursdays. Thursday is the only day that I have a 10 o'clock sharp meeting. Yeah. Thanks, nerds. And thanks everyone else for hanging out. I really appreciate it. It's been a great day here on the stream. I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. We might just continue to do art. I might need the weekend to like prepare our C# refactor to do anything else out. So we might just end up doing art tomorrow, but we will be back tomorrow for our last stream for the week. And yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I will see you all next time. Bye.